1 in 5 women are sexually assaulted while in college. A multitude of national and individual school studies over the past 15 years have come to the universal conclusion that approximately 20% of female students will be sexually assaulted during their time at college.
For me, still kind of like a taboo subject. I've never experienced sexual assault, but I've been in situations where friends or even my role as like a resident assistant now, in the last couple of years I've seen those cases come through, and I think it's very difficult for people to talk about. And that's why I think it makes it such a taboo subject, because people don't know how to react or support people who are survivors of sexual assault. And yeah, I think it's like very difficult for anyone to really be in that situation.
I personally think that there isn't enough awareness that's brought about it in a way that people who are both non-survivors and survivors have the opportunity and ability to talk about this stuff if they want to. And it's important for people who are non-survivors to educate themselves about this topic.
Consent, from at least like the masculine standpoint, is something that a lot of men at least make more complicated than it should be. I think like when it comes to like consent and you're talking with another male friend in particular, like you try and add in like the aspects of, oh well, they're my friend and I don't want to get in the middle of like their relationship, or like, oh, like I probably don't know what's going on. But I think at the end of the day, like if you see something and you feel like something's wrong, then it probably is wrong, definitely.
When it comes to talking about sexual assault, a lot of people get uncomfortable, and by means is it not a comfortable subject at all. But a lot of the times, a lot of people push survivors to talk more than what they're comfortable sharing. And especially when it comes to things that are incredibly triggering for survivors, they're not given warnings to a lot of things that could bring up a lot of trauma that has happened.
First off, to believe them when they tell their story. And I think that it's also crucial to realize where you're coming from and to realize that like what state they're in, and being really cognizant of being cognizant of the fact that what you do or what you may say may hurt more than help them, in like taking away their agency if you make decisions for them about what to do next, or to share their story with others.
I think that we should really learn to validate people's experiences overall, but also when it comes to cases of sexual assault, validating that. And even if people aren't seeking validation, I think it's very important that we recognize that every person's experience is unique in their own, and we don't want to say like this didn't happen or this isn't real, because you don't know what they have been going through or have gone through it. So I think for the most part, like I think following those kind of like general guidelines or rules and educating yourself about things like bystander intervention, masculinity and what that can do to relationships, or even knowing about healthy relationships, I think that's where it gets better if we could each take a step to make sure that we are doing our role or like playing a part in this bigger conversation.
I think it's really important not to silence survivors, and to make sure that if and when a survivor decides to come forward, to support them and to avoid victim blaming, whether you're their friend or just somebody who knows about an incident, and to definitely hold perpetrators accountable.
One thing that everybody who isn't a survivor should do, as well as campus should do, is again like give agency to survivors to choose what path they want to take. I think like having had people reported to me, it's like really easy to be like, well, you should obviously like do this, like it just makes sense for you to like report this to like the police department, but also realizing that it's not my choice to make in a sense, and that they've already had so much of their like choice power taken away from them, so just essentially like allowing them the space to make whatever decision they want, I think is how it gets better. And I can't say if it gets better necessarily because I haven't gone through sexual violence, but hopefully by giving like space for agency, like that can be part of the puzzle to help it get better.
When I found out everything had happened, it was difficult to look in the mirror sometimes because it felt like that was a different person that was there than who I thought that I was, and I felt a sense of confusion that I didn't think anything like that would have ever happened to me, but it did. And it's something that has changed my life in so many different ways, positive and negative. Each day it got a little bit better, and it still gets a little bit better every single day, but it's something that's a part of me, you know, it's something that happened to me. I can't change that. I can't change the way I felt about it. I can't change the way I, reacted to it in the moment. But I can change the way that I let it affect me now. I am the person that I am today because of what happened to me. And that's something that is so unique to me that instead of a flaw, I think I try to look at it as a unique sense of beauty. I could say I'm grateful that it happened, not the bad things about it, but I'm grateful for the lessons that I learned from it. Not only the lessons, the situational lessons that I learned, but the lessons that I learned about myself and how I handle things and how I can handle things and what I can accomplish. It's something that it sucks that it happened. It really sucks. And it sucked then, but you can't change it, and again, I am the way I am because it happened, and I'm grateful for that because I love who I am, and nobody can change that. I try to use it as a way to better myself and better the people in the community around me, instead of dwelling on it. But again, each day it gets better. And it continues to get better, and the beautiful thing about it is that it will continue to get better, and that's what I love to look forward to, is feeling some way about it differently and more positively each day.